Welcome back. This is Mohammad Badruddin, and today I am going to cover the lab number 4 from authentication module of Web Security Academy from server side topics. And the lab, before going to the lab, I just want to uh, this warning as always for you that this video and its content are only for educational purpose, and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. That's being said, let's jump to the lab. So this time the authentication process is vulnerable and there is a bug, same like we did in lab number 3, where our IP got blocked by the by some kind of firewall or some kind of proxy or load balancer, or maybe by the application itself. But there we managed to bypass that by using the non-standard authentication header, that is X forwarded for. We bypassed the IP and we did our task, okay, by enumerating the user successfully. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to see the behavior of the application, how it's blocking the IP. So I already opened up my Bob suite and we are going to check how it works. So I'm going to start the Bob suite. Start, I'm going to say admin 123456. Start this, and we got the request, but just turn off the Bob suite and see what it is doing. So root 123456 and still invalid username. If we say ASD 123456 invalid username, this is the third request and this is the fourth request. So on the after third request, once we did login attempt with the wrong credentials more than 3 times, it is going to block our IP for 1 minute. So we have to wait for 1 minute. Okay. So as well as the lab said that this lab is vulnerable due to logic flaw in its password brute force protection. To solve the lab, brute force the victim's password, then log in and access their account. And they gave us one valid credentials, winner and password, and the victim username is Carlos. So we have to brute force the password for Carlos. But first of all, we need to figure it out that how we can bypass this. Okay. So after 3 attempts, we got blocked, right? So if we can, if 1 minute is completed, so we can check it. Peter. Okay, so we logged in as Peter. So log out again and try to log in again. So root 123456. This is the first invalid authentication attempt with wrong credentials. Then second attempt is gonna be anything and anything, literally anything. So okay, fine. And if we make one valid login attempt, okay, so log out again and log in again with the wrong credentials. So this is the fourth one and this is gonna be the fifth one. And again, if I make winner and the password is Peter, well, I think that is gonna work. So I know what is the problem and where the vulnerability in the logic flaw. Okay, so there are some kind of counters which counts the invalid login attempts, but while doing invalid login attempts, if after one or two wrong login attempt, if we make one valid login, so the authentication counter which counts the invalid login attempt will be reset to its normal value, means 0. So suppose we make 2 invalid login attempts and the third one, so the counter value will be 2, but the third attempt we make with the valid credentials and it logins successfully, it means at that time the invalid login counter value will be reset to 0, and again we can make 2 login attempts with wrong credentials. So this is the flaw in this application. Now how we can exploit that? So let's just send it to the intruder, but before going to exploit that, I have an idea. The idea is we have the password list, so it means the first we will send just I'm going to the repeater. Where is it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, the first in the first request I will send the username parameter as Wiener and the password is Peter. In the second request I will send the username is Carlos, but the password I will take from the password list like 123456. Then again in the third request I will send the username is Wiener and the password is Peter, means the valid credentials, so that it gets the counter value to 0. And then again in the fourth request I will send the wrong credentials, or username is Carlos but the password this time this. Okay, so for that we need to create one custom user list where I say Wiener is the username, first username, second will be the Carlos, third will be the Wiener, and fourth will be the Carlos, like that. Okay, so it is gonna be easy this time. So paste, 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 and copy this value, copy, and paste, 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 paste. So I need actually 200. Fine. In a minute I'm gonna tell you why I need 200. So copy, and I will say new underscore users dot text. Okay, save. Why I need 200? Because in the password list, if we go, we can see 100 passwords are there. So if we put alternative password Peter, then 123456, then Peter, then password, then Peter, then 128, then Peter, then priority. So in that case, this password list is gonna be the 200 lines. Okay, so but this is a pain if you write manually Peter and then Peter and Peter, so it will take too long. So for this I'm going to automate that and create a word list with Python user bin in Python 3, and I'm gonna say file 1 is equal to /root /desktop, okay, /authentication /passwords dot text. Okay, then I'm gonna say definition create underscore password, and I'm gonna say it file, and with open I'm gonna say, and it needs variable actually argument. I'm gonna read this file as out file. Okay, and I make a mistake here, so I'm gonna say passwords equal to out file dot read and dot split /n. Okay, so in the for loop I will say password in passwords, and I will say alternate password is equal to Peter, and that's it. So password is equal to uh, alternate password plus uh, new line and plus password. That's it, and I'm going to print this, and what I'm going to print is PASSWD, and with that I don't want to print this. I want this to uh, copy those content in a file where the file name is slash root slash desktop slash authentication slash pass dot text, and append in this file all the contents. Okay, and I'm going to call this, so create underscore passwords. I'm gonna say file1, save, and I'm going to say test.py. Just one time check this. So this is the path, the password file. Okay, it will read the file. Password, fine, password. Okay, so hopefully it will work for us. So just run it and let's see whether this file is created or not. So pass.txt is created. You can come here, open and pass.txt. So as you can see, Peter, another one, Peter, and this and this and this. And if we go and count this, so you will see the 200 values are here. So save it. We can also count this by here, but okay, fine. So the purpose for creating this is solved. So now I am going to go to the Bub suite, go to the intruder. The attack I'm going to use is pitchfork attack. This this is going to be the first payload, and the password is going to be the second payload. Go to the payload first simple list, and I'm going to load this list, new user list, where alternate winner and password, and going to another payload and just load the new password list. Fine, and just start the attack. So fine, as you can see. So in that way, we are never going to be blocked by the application, because we know once we will pass the correct username and password, it is gonna reset the counter. So we actually need to find this. If any request in this Carlos username, if any request come with 302, it means the password is correct. So I'm going to check only for the Carlos. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, and once I get the correct password, I will be back. Okay, so welcome back, and as you can see here with the Carlos, we got response status 302. It means this is going to be the right password. So I'm going to just copy this password, and username is Carlos, and the password what we copy from there, login, and as you can see, we solved the lab. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you feel this content valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video. Bye.